What's a good daily routine to fight off depression? Mended Light. Welcome to Ask a Therapist. In this segment, you all sound off in the comments. Let me know things you'd like me to respond to, questions that you have. Today's question is, what is a good daily routine to fight off depression? So something to recognize about depression, and then I'll answer this question, but I have to set the stage. Gotta set the stage. Is depression, we often feel pathetic because tasks that seem easy for somebody else, for us, just feel like climbing a mountain. Just getting out of bed some days, right? Just taking a shower. And we beat ourselves up and we say, what is wrong with me? It's just a shower. It's just getting out of bed. It's just making breakfast. It's not a big deal. Anybody can do it. I'm so weak. I'm pathetic. I'm a loser. And you got to get rid of that guilt and that self-shaming. Like just clear it out. And I'll tell you why. I want you to imagine that I pour several bowls of cereal and set them around a table. And I invite you and 3 friends to come and enjoy the cereal, right? Frosted Flakes. Come have some Frosted Flakes. So you come, you sit down, pour the milk. They all start eating, and as you're about to eat, I say, hold on. And I strap 30-pound arm weights, or 30-pound weights to your arms. And I say, go ahead. What's up with this? No, just go ahead. You try to eat, and 30 pounds is a decent amount. If you're big and strong like me, you can do quite a few of those. I'm just messing with you. I mean, I can do 30 pounds all day. Anyways, but you start going, and the longer you go, the more your hand starts to shake, right? And the more it starts to get difficult. And then you're trying to get to the bottom of this bowl, and you can't really lift your arm anymore, and you can't finish. And everyone else is long since done. They ate their Frosted Flakes and went on with their day. Now, no one would say in that circumstance, what is wrong with me? Because it's clearly not you, it's the weight. Depression is the exact same way. Trying to do things when the gravity of depression is just keeping you held down and you don't want to move and you don't care about things you used to care about and you're not passionate about the things you used to be passionate about and you have a nonstop stream of negative thoughts about yourself and about the world you live in. And it feels like there's no hope, there's no drive, there's no motivation. It's hard and it's real and it's a very real weight that you didn't choose. Of course, things are easier for people who aren't held down by that weight, but the fact that it's psychological doesn't make it any less real. It's like when Harry Potter says to Dumbledore, is this real or is it just happening in my brain? And Dumbledore says, well, of course it's happening in your brain, Harry. Why on earth should that mean it isn't real? Depression is a very real weight. So what's your routine? First things first, be realistic. Don't set yourself up for failure and then you'll feel like a failure and then you'll stop trying, right? Don't set these lofty, ambitious goals. It's better to start with something small that you think is probably too small and then do it. And it's either, okay, that actually wasn't that big a deal, so tomorrow I'll go bigger. Or, oh, that was a harder thing for me to do than I thought it would be, but I was able to accomplish it, right? You want to push yourself and challenge yourself, but you don't want to, baby steps, right? Baby steps moving forward. So the first thing that I tell people, if you're depressed, they come to therapy and they want help with depression, and I ask them about how they're eating, whether or not they're getting enough sleep or too much sleep, and whether or not they're exercising. And then they'll say, my therapist thinks I'm fat and he wants me to work out more. And I'm like, it's got nothing to do with that. I want you to exercise for sanity, not for vanity. It's not about appearance. It's not about washboard abs. It's about dealing with all that crap inside of you, all of that anguish, all of that weight, all of that heaviness, because exercise releases endorphins that are feel good, right? They're very positive. So how does that play into the routine? Well, in order to exercise, you got to get out of bed. I did it. I got out of bed for something other than the toilet. So here's what I recommend. Shower. Shower and dress. You want a routine to fight depression? Shower and dress. That's it. Start with that. Because if you shower, one, the hot water can loosen things up and just give you kind of like a tactile reset of your brain and your body. I can't tell you how many mornings I wake up grumpy and exhausted and I take a hot shower and I'm like, I'm okay. Take the hot shower. The reason getting dressed is so important. If you get up and you shower and you get dressed, not in pajamas, but get dressed for the day, do your hair, right? Do your makeup, whatever. Even if you're not going anywhere, just do that. Number one, it gives you the feeling of I did something that I didn't want to do, that was difficult for me, but I did it. And psychologically, it's like if you're in a slump, if you're a baseball player and you're in a slump and you just keep getting struck out, just connecting once with that ball, with a good line drive, can break you out of that slump. Just from feeling like, oh, I can do this. In college, I dated somebody, was crazy about her, wanted to marry her, didn't work out, and I was in a funk for like 3 months. And then there's a young woman in a class I was in who, we flirted with each other. Nothing big, just college kids, simple, innocent flirting. But it made me feel good, and I felt attracted to her. And just the feeling that I could feel attracted to somebody else kind of broke me out of that slump. Like, okay, I can feel this again. It's not like I had my one shot at love and I blew it. Similarly, if you get up and you get dressed and you do this you shower and you dress it and you didn't want to do it, it can start to break you psychologically out of the slump. Like a baseball player finally connecting with the ball of, I did this much, I wonder what else I can do. And some days it'll be nothing. Some days, if I were your therapist, you'd be like, Jonathan, I showered and I dressed and it nearly killed me. But I sat on top of my bed and I was on my laptop or I was on the TV all day and I'd be like, nice, you did it. It's a big first step. And there's probably, you just need to maintain that for a while. But a lot of people find when they're depressed, they have a whole list of things in their mind that they need to accomplish that they're not accomplishing because they're spending their days just in bed feeling defeated and feeling like there's no point. And if they shower and they dress, they're more prone to be like, well, I'm already dressed. I guess I could go do some stuff. And they grab their keys and they go. And then they start to do. So my advice is shower, dress, right? And then start to incorporate exercise and incorporate something called Enlightenment time. This comes from a program called Who I Really Am. Enlightenment time is I'm going to take some time in meditation, or I'm going to take some time in reading, or I'm going to take some time watching a TED Talk, but something that's good for my brain and something that's good for my soul. I was in Egypt with my family last year. Met a Muslim man who just talked about how much the Quran meant to him and how much it centered him and how it brought him peace and how it gave him guidance. And I'm not promoting Islam or any other religion on Mended Light. I am saying for him, that was his time and his enlightenment time. That is what grounded him. Like he took that time and then he felt every day like he had a purpose. So what can you read, watch, listen to, meditate on, journal, right? What can you do that gets you thinking through things and not just getting stuck up here spinning your wheels, but processing those thoughts and moving through them. Make yourself food. 2 weeks ago, I was very depressed. I had a don't want to get out of bed day, and so I didn't. I stayed in bed all day. I was on my computer. I was working, and I was watching Netflix or whatever, but I didn't eat. If I had had food by the bed, I would have eaten, but I didn't feel like getting out of bed to go get food. It was like 30 feet away, 40 feet away. And then finally in the evening, I was hungry enough that I got up and I fixed myself something simple. And it was amazing how much happier I felt and that the world wasn't hopeless and that everything wasn't purposeless. And, just because I ate, make sure you eat and not crap. There's a time and place for Doritos, but give your body what it needs. Fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, whole grains, protein in particular will help you get up and get moving. There's a strong connection between mind and body. And then make sure you go to bed early. A lot of times we're depressed. We stay up late just trying to distract ourselves from the nothingness of it all. And then we sleep in and we wake up feeling sad and sluggish and we just keep it going. Go to bed early. Get up early. Reset, right? Reset your routine. So these are my stray thoughts on a daily routine to combat depression. I hope you found them helpful. If you dug this video, I've got another Ask the Therapist for you, how to heal from a friendship breakup. And if you haven't been checking out all the videos here on the channel, we've got a bunch of different categories. Married to a therapist, crap therapists say, ask the therapist, that gets therapized, the therapist reacts raw. Really diversify and check things out and enjoy what we got going on here. If you need support, go to mendedlight.com. We've got a membership site and we've got a team of specialists who are able to help you. So go check that out, mendedlight.com. How do you work through depression? What's your routine? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to learn from you and for you to learn from one another. Until next time, folks, keep shining because we need your light.